What is it about trees that we find so fascinating? Like most kids, I spent a lot of time as a child climbing trees, and one tree in particular resided in my best friend David's backyard, and it overlooked the local lake. And we would sit up there for hours in the summer just talking about important topics such as the girls that we had hopeless crushes on, but we're too terrified to actually talk to. One summer, Grandpa helped me build a box, and we hoisted that box up in the tree and stored various supplies in there, such as food and silverware that I stole from Mom's kitchen, in addition to David's Game Boy and magazines of a pictorial nature. As a side note, we didn't look at any of the pictures in those magazines. We mainly just read the articles. I will say that on that dark day that Dad decided to climb the tree and discovered our trove of literature, he probably wasn't thinking too much about the majesty of trees. That was a fun day, let me tell you, but I digress. Structurally, the only thing we had in that tree were a couple of tiny platforms that were just big enough to sit on, and that box. We never had a proper treehouse, and yet it was still magical. I wouldn't trade those memories for anything, but I would spend endless hours during the school year while I was supposed to be learning the quadratic formula or whatever, dreaming of what a proper treehouse might actually look like. And I thought a lot about that over the years as well. Well, that old oak tree in David's backyard is 35 years gone and over 1,000 miles away. So we'll see what we can do with these trees in my humble backyard in a small neighborhood in Virginia.
So here I'm test fitting these posts. These posts aren't cut to their final length yet, but in order to determine their length, I need to put them in place. And I spent a lot of time, as you can see, with the level. This is the time that you make or break basically the whole platform, whether or not you're able to put a ball on the corner and it rolls to the other corner without you pushing it, or you have that secure feeling that only comes from a very flat and level surface. Really depends on your accuracy with your layout and your medieval amounts of leveling, as you'll see here. I level here, I level there, and then I brace it with these two kind of scrap pieces. So I'm going to put one bolt here, maybe two, just to kind of hold it steady while I go through this arduous process here. And then at the point that I get it all leveled out and I'm satisfied with where they are, I'm going to string up some bubble levels from the tri-beam that I made last video. Once those are up and I'm happy with the levelity, if you will, of the whole thing, then I'll mark where those strings interact with the posts, and I'll take the post back down, and then I'm going to cut these to length with the circular saw while my son jumps on the trampoline. Then I'm going to, there's different ways to do this, but I chose to take the beam to the bandsaw and cut it that way. If you don't have a bandsaw, you could still do this. You could do it with a chainsaw. You could do it with a circular saw if you are patient. You can do it with a handsaw if you're even more patient. And here I'm cutting out the bulk of this kind of bridle joint, I guess you'd call it, a mortise maybe, with a timber framing chisel and a regular sized bench chisel. And once you go at this from both sides, you'll be able to kind of just rotate this thing out from the middle. The other side has already been done, by the way. Hey, buddy. Come here.
What?
Cool, huh?
Uh-huh.
Then I'm going to pick this thing up and I'm going to put it in its final resting place. And then guess what? I'm going to spend some more time with the level just to make sure that all that previous level time was not wasted. And I've learned from building cabinets over the years, building furniture, that this is definitely not time wasted. All this layout time, you may get this feeling like you need to speed things up. I would resist that feeling if I were you. Just my 2 cents. So now we're making the cross beam that rests in the crook of those two 6x6 posts. And this is what's going to support the deck, which I'll do in an upcoming video. And this just consists of two 2x10, I think 8-foot beams glued and screwed together. And now my older son is going to help me while my younger son watches, as always. Just kidding. He's actually great. He's quite the helper. And we're just going to lower this into place. And that's it.
My plan is to post a video every couple weeks or so, updating you with the progress. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how I framed up the deck, which I've already completed, but the videos are lagged somewhat behind. For now, though, it's time for you to go and make something awesome in a tree.